crafty friend, it's Justine. I am so excited because today is my first House Mouse getting so tongue-tied. House Mouse card video that I am posting on my YouTube channel. Today I have 3 different cards to show you, and I will be posting with more from this collection, but overall I think that it is just so cute and sweet. So I am going to be making 3 kind of summary cards for today's video. This is all using the same stamp. Now this is a rubber stamp, so it's a little bit different than a clear stamp, of course. It's definitely a little thicker, but you are still able to get a similar impression to your stamp, just like you would a clear stamp. Now this stamp is called Spring Rain, but we're going to just pretend it's for summer because it's June. So I have a pink card, a yellow card, and a purple card. So these are all perfect for some summer cards. Now this first one I chose to use some warm tones, so I used some of the W's for the Copic markers for coloring the mice, and then for the flowers I used RV21 and RV20 just to give a soft light pink, and then I also used RV34. Then for the rain I used B00, and the grass I used YG03, and then for the stems of the flowers I used G99, which is kind of like an olive tone. So I think that's all of the coloring. Oh, the part of the flower up here to make kind of like the cone part, I used, I think it was E21 with the pink. So just to kind of give it like a warm brown tone like the cone flowers kind of can be. Then I'm just going to center this right on my card base, and then I'll add my glimmer sentiments. So speaking of sentiments, I have a ton of glimmer sentiments all ready to go. Typically I keep them in this little box on my desk. You can see them here. But I like to have them on hand for cards like this where I like to have something a little different to go on the card. And I am going to pop up my sentiment today, so I'm just going to grab my little foam squares here so I can do that. Anyway, I glimmered this one with the pink glimmer foil. The pink that I got was from the Metallics and Holographic Variety Pack, so I'll link that in the description if you're interested. I love the Holographic Fleck one. It is so gorgeous. I just keep using that one over and over. But the pink is pretty as well. Now the House Mouse collection does come with stamp sets with stamped sentiments too, but I thought it would be kind of fun to add a little bit of glimmer to the card. Stamp sentiments, but I thought it would be kind of fun to add glimmer to these cards just to give it a little bit of sparkle without being kind of over the top. So that is just exactly what I was going for. So that's fabulous. There's number 1, all finished. I am going to use the stamp sentiment on the 3rd card, so if you're looking for inspiration with the actual stamp set, stick around. Of course, I run out of my tape runner as I'm filming. Very on brand. Okay. I still have a ton of these blue tape runners, so I'm using them up until I find a cheaper alternative. I really don't see one, so there's that. I love the one from Spellbinders because it's not extremely sticky right away, and I just like that you can move things around if you need to afterwards. This one, once it's down, it's down. It even says permanent on the side here, so I guess I just have to be a little careful when I am sticking on my pieces. For the mice on this one, I use the same kind of W, which is like that warm gray colors on these mice, and very similar colors for the grass and the stems. And then I used yellow, which was the Y08 and Y15 and Y18 to make the flowers. And then for the cone part, I used E39. And then the blue on this one, I went more of like a brilliant blue for the rain, just to kind of give it a pop. And that was B05. I wanted it to pop because I think that yellow and blue is just an excellent combination. My heritage is Swedish and Ukrainian, among other things, but definitely more Swedish and Ukrainian than anything else. And both of those countries have a yellow and blue style color flag. They're actually just flip-flopped, which is very interesting to me. So I love using yellow and blue just because maybe it's in my blood. I don't know. Anyway, this sentiment strip is from the Hexy Gem collection. It is fabulous. It's just like the last sentiment that I was talking about here, where you glimmer once, cut once. It's just my favorite way to make glimmer sentiments now. I think that all glimmer sentiments should be made that way, but what do I know? Anyway, I just love having them on hand, and adding to cards like this is just super duper easy. Now, this purple one, I have kind of someone in mind for this card, so I went the purple route. And this paper is from Hobby Lobby. It has kind of the two tones on there, so you're like, wait a minute, that's maroon? Yes, maroon and purple. But anyway, I'm using the purple side and just putting it down. I like to use some of the Hobby Lobby papers for backgrounds because they are white core, which I'm not the biggest fan of. If you don't know what that means, it means the inside of the paper is white. It has a white core. And when you die cut or 3D emboss, it sometimes rips, and I'm not happy when that happens. So I like to use up some of that on a background because it doesn't affect that. Now, I use the stamp on this one, which is just adorable because it says friends make the world more beautiful, which is very true. Just sweet. Now on this card, I don't have to glue anything down, so I guess technically this one is finished. I'm going to go a little crazy and use some Nuvo drops on the rain just to give it kind of the wet look. Now, by the way, do you see some air bubbles in there? I'm going to just squeeze some out. So now there's no air bubbles in the tube, so when it first comes out, it's going to be ready to go for me. Anyway, I'm just going to follow the blue lines of the rain like this. And when it dries, it will dry clear, which is fabulous. This one is called Morning Dew, which is quite appropriate for rain because that's what dew is, I guess, just moisture in the air. So I'll just add that to all of the blue spots. And how cute is this one little mouse down here with his mouth open? So adorable. Anyway, looking ahead on my channel, Saturday, mark your calendars, Better Press is being officially released. So I will be filming a video here very soon of how I use my Better Press and kind of some tips and tricks that I've come along with after using it multiple times. So come on back on Saturday for an awesome video with the Better Press. But here's my take on the Spring Rain stamp set from House Mouse. Let me know your favorites in the comments. I will have pretty pictures to show at the end where I will show you what this purple one looks like with the rain dried. I probably will just go ahead and put this on all of them. Why not? I haven't used this in a while, so let's just go for it. I still need to pick up a new Wink of Stella pen. I think maybe I should just order it from scrapbook.com at this point, but I don't know. I'm just... I need to focus, but when I go to my craft store, I'm just kind of all over the place. So maybe if I make a list, I'll remember. But I just love Wink of Stella, so I need to get it. But I think adding a Wink of Stella on this card would be really fun to do on the flowers. So maybe once I get my pen, I will add it on, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you're having a great start to your June. I guess this is kind of like the middle of June. This is the 15th. So yeah, it's the middle of June. So let me know how your summer's going. I hope it's going really well. I am thoroughly enjoying my summer break. I'm a kindergarten teacher and I am just loving all this time to craft. I am missing my last year's class quite a bit. I mean, how can you not? I spent all of the school day with them, and now we're just not together, so it's just kind of sad, but I'm hoping that they're having a good summer too. And now my too much brain is just kind of taking over, and I'm just adding little drops kind of everywhere to act as raindrops as well. So I'm just going to close the lid on that before I get crazy. And we're going to end this video now. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe and like the video if you've liked this one. I hope you get to craft soon. We'll see you next time. Bye.